This is Christina, also known as Cast Pixel, coming to you from Athens, Greece. I'm a professional illustrator and game artist. I've been in 14 Ludum Dare jams. In my opinion, game design, illustration, music composition are all about problem solving. So for this keynote, I designed a game in 3 days, wrote some code for it, and made some graphics and music for it. And I kept track of it, so we can experience the problem-solving process together. Ludum Dare is accelerated game development, and that's very good for problem-solving. Being under a strict deadline forces you to take risks and solve problems. I like to start game design with a design document, in which I define a win and a lose condition, and rules for my game. I like to follow Keith Burgon's clockwork game design advice, which is to try and design a core game mechanism and support it with secondary game mechanisms. So, on to the game. This is what I made. Game design. The problem to solve. Design a strategy game in space. Solution. I came up with this core mechanism. The player and an enemy AI can explore and do battle on a galaxy map divided into squares. Exploration is boring if there's only empty space, so the solution is give players stuff to find. Tiles can have encounters, space phenomena, black holes, that sort of thing. There's another problem. You can die in a battle, but without a win condition, the game is a sandbox where you can do anything you like until you die. That's not very fun. I solved this problem by creating a mission system that incentivizes you to perform certain tasks. For example, explore empty space, scan planets, trade, etc. So that's how a game grows from a core mechanism organically. You just add what's needed where it's needed. Of course, for LDjam, you can totally make a game where some of the game design is already chosen for you, like a narrative game where you explore. You don't have to invent all new mechanisms. You can even clone the classics to learn how they work. Go with what makes more sense to you. Code. Problem. I made an interesting game board. Now, how does the computer understand the board, and how does it know which tiles are adjacent? Solution. This kind of structure is called a graph. The proper way to represent it is a matrix. However, by using a simple numbering system, just being a little clever about it, the tiles can be easily calculated on the fly. Another code problem. The AI needs pathfinding. It needs to know where you are so it can come and kill you. Solution. This is a temporary hack. If on the same row, choose the shortest path by subtracting the current location from the target location. For example, from tile 8 to tile 22, it's either 10 tiles clockwise or 14 tiles anti-clockwise. The AI should choose clockwise. Here are some tips for coding during a game jam. Do not try to optimize code. You should always use code you know and understand, even if it's not the best code in the universe. A few well-understood if statements are better than one line of abstract recursive code that is illegible and a head-scratcher. On the other hand, do use functions because you only need to debug a function once. Use whatever hacks work. Games are notoriously hacky. These are my favorite shortcuts to use during jams. Music. Advice for making music during a jam. Do not censor yourself. Let the ideas flow. Also, simple ideas work best. The problem I had to solve for this game was how to make a spacey, epic sound. I listened to John Williams a bunch, and also Gustav Holst. Then I made a simple melody with French horns, and I used a lot of fifths for that triumphant sound. Then I used the orchestra to fill in the silences and add harmonies and response phrases. Art. My advice for making art in general is to always spend 10 to 20 minutes collecting reference photos on Google Images. Then start with your designs. It's time well spent. Problem. For this game, I had to choose an art style and resolution that supports a grand space adventure. Solution: I decided to go high resolution instead of pixel art. The main advantage is I don't have to micromanage pixels, and I can scale and rotate assets easily. I went for an isometric projection. Here's a process for creating isometric assets. I wanted to show my space captain on the intro screen, but a drawing of a captain isn't alive enough. That's why I painted an image of her and distorted it using a depth map. In this depth map, white means far away and black means close to the camera. Say I also needed some 3D planets. Well, I used the Spherize WebGL effect to turn flat textures into 3D planets. I will leave you with this tip. Content creation is hard when you're pressed for time, so it's random generators to the rescue. There's a spaceship generator, a random plot generator, a lot of name generators, a planet generator, a dungeon generator, and quite a few music generators. Links in the description below. So let's recap. Identify problems, find solutions, do it fast, take risks, use shortcuts, and have fun. Let's make some games. Hi, I'm Castpixel, aka... Hi, I'm Christina. Coming for you.